Okay, so my question for you is what separates a successful personal brand from just any other generic personal brand out there? I'm talking about a very successful one that is continuously growing, continuously getting quality lead flow, and building trust with the right individuals. Well, let me answer that for you. Throughout the past few years, I've worked with 300 of the greatest personal brands in the business space in the world, and I've made multiple people millions of dollars. I'm going to walk you guys through exactly what I believe is the single greatest asset you can have for your personal brand to create a strategy that will actually help you grow, help you gain influence, and most importantly, help you get the highest quality clients. With that being said, let's jump into today's video. This is all about the content brain. So what is a content brain and why does it matter? A content brain is a structured database that holds all the critical information about a client's brand or your own brand, your voice, your content strategy, the optimization process, a database of every single thing that is working within the space, from the topics to the styles of the structured posts, and it ensures that every single post, every video, and engagement aligns with the brand and the audience. And I'm going to walk you guys through the 5 core sections of creating an exceptional content brain. I have every detail, including my own internal SOPs that we currently use, so you could just copy this for your own personal brand. This video is for agency owners, info product owners, founders, and CEOs that are trying to build on Twitter and LinkedIn, aka X. This video is going to walk you through every single detail, so let's hop into it. So without a content brain or a client brain, content creation is inconsistent and reactive. With a content brain, every piece of content is backed by data, strategy, and audience insights and makes everything easier to scale. So if you ever struggled with coming up with content ideas or maintaining this consistent brand voice or scaling content across multiple platforms, then this system will eliminate all those challenges. Let's go into them. These are the 5 core sections of a quality content brain. Step number 1 is client identity. So this is what I have on the side of every single content strategy. When we onboard any new client, even for my own personal brand, I have a static fixed section that introduces these 3 elements. Number 1 is the niche in the industry. Every time we create content, we can forget that we are creating it for a single objective. What is the space that the brand wants to dominate? What specific industry or submarkets are they targeting? So for example, for me, I'm helping people build their personal brands into an authority. You might own a performance marketing agency. You want to be known as the creative king for e-commerce brands. You might own a paid ads agency for softwares. You want to be known for that specific expertise. What specific industry or sub-market are you trying to target? Well, we have to identify the ICPs. You're going to have a section of all of your ICPs. You want to have a section of a summarized one-liner of what you want to be known for and who you're specific targeting. Then from there, we're going to jump into the unique value propositions. So why should people follow them? What makes them different from every other individual in your niche? Well, the goal here is to identify 3 to 5 different accounts that are either competitors of yours or accounts that are in a similar niche or industry as you. And you want to identify what are their positionings and then see what position can make you different. And I'm sorry to say this, but there is no expertise. There is no amount of ad spend. There is no amount of revenue that might make you better than anybody else. Everybody and their mother has generated crazy results these days. Those are not value propositions. A value proposition is your story. For example, me, I left university and I moved to Pakistan, lived in an 8 foot by 8 foot room to build businesses. I started building softwares, e-com brands, marketing agencies. We scaled to 75 employees. This story is where people get to see some unique insights from me. That's my unique value proposition. I've been building Instagram accounts since I was 16 years old. I had millions of followers across over 1,000 different Instagram accounts in my entire history. Then I took that experience and started building on Twitter and LinkedIn. That's my value propositions. And then last but not least, for the foundations is your brand's voice and tone. Are we supposed to be authoritative or casual or direct or storytelling? There's so many different ways to be remembered. Some people are very raw and opinionated, like Dan Coe. Some people are very structured and organized, like Dickie Bush. There's so many different individuals in the space that have their own style of writing. You need to identify yours, and then what key phrases or terminologies make you different. For example, I have a phrase that says, just waiting for time to catch up. So I'm saying that you're going to reach your goals, you're just waiting for time to catch up, whatever it might be. And I can use that in multiple tweets so people recognize it as my specific account. And the goal here is, if you disappeared tomorrow, what would people remember you for? That's the big question. And the way I present this on our content brain is simple: the niche, the ICP, the client goals, any assets, important information, and client voice. We need to make sure that we are putting relevant information here, so every time we're creating content, we can reference the foundations and we know what's working, what's not working. From there, we're going to go into the audience deep dive. So we talked a little bit about the niche, the ICPs, but we're going to go into a really deep breakdown here. So content is not supposed to be just entertainment if you're trying to make money with a personal brand. We care to become micro authorities. A micro authority is an individual that is so trusted that everybody in their industry respects, but they don't have 100,000 followers. They don't have to twerk on camera. They don't got to do anything ridiculous. A micro authority is someone with a few thousand followers with real influence. It's all about trust building and conversion based content. So we need to understand first our audience persona. Who are they? What's their age, their job roles, their interests, their challenges? This is such a boring thing. This is so boring. But at the beginning of this video, what did I say to you? Agency owners, info product guys, founders, CEOs. I have an ICP for each of them. I know 3 different ICPs for all 4 of those different audiences. I know every detail about them, and I can create content that solves their frequently asked questions. And that's what this video is about. I'm able to create very constructive, very targeted content that doesn't need to get 200, 300,000 views. I just need the right people watching this. I get the book calls. Then from there, we need to understand the biggest problems and the objections. What are their pain points that prevent them from taking action? What are the biggest hesitations when engaging with the brand? Well, it's simple. For my specific industry, the way I like to do this is something called the PRP method: pain, resolution, and proof. I identify the pain, I identify the resolution, and I show proof that that was the actual resolution to the pain. I come up with 3 different PRPs for every single one of my ICPs. And then last but not least is the most important, which is desires and motivations. What specific outcomes do they want? How does the personal brand help them reach those goals? It might be lead generation. It might be more clients for their info, or students for their info products. It might be just authority. They want to get their message out there. They want to get their stories out there. It's very simple. It's called content resonance. So let's go into step number 3. By the way, guys, if you guys want this mind map and literally every other mind map that you see on my screen of every single strategy I've ever recorded, just click the link in the description, sign up for my newsletter. I will give it all away for free. Just sign up by clicking the link below. Now let's go into identifying content formats and creating a brand identity. So visual consistency and structure. You want to be remembered for a specific type of content. When people reference you or see a different post, they want to be like, oh, that is Wiz's style. That's Jason's style. That's Bob's style. That's Danco's style, right? The objective is for people to remember you over everybody else in the space. And that happens through something called congruency, building brand congruency. So we want to identify brand colors and a visual identity. What colors and design elements define this brand? Every great personal brand is recognizable by their design. Then from there, we have typography and design style. Should the content be clean and minimal? Should I be having this bold and attention-grabbing style? This is my style right over here. It's mind maps. People recognize me. And then content format guides. What content styles fit best? I have a video breaking down every single winning content style there is right now in 2025. And if you want that, just click the link below. I put that in the description as well. But there's dozens of different content styles, but you want to find ones that work best for you so people remember you for it. Just like how people might associate an entire niche with you, you want them to also associate colors and aesthetics with you. So for example, series-based content. A recurring content series consists of this repeatable format. For example, behind the content strategy #1, or breaking down winning advertorials #1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a repeatable series over and over again. Then from there, we have content pillars and topic mapping. So these 3 essentially are going to be static. These ones right over here are going to be dynamic, that really change often. So content pillars is such an important concept. Each brand should have 3 to 5 pillars. These are the core themes that define what the content strategy will be around. So under each pillar, we create topic clusters to ensure depth in variety. For example, if a brand is in the AI and automation space, their pillars might be AI for business efficiency, the future of work in AI, maybe trends or news within AI, and AI automation strategies, right? Then from there, you're able to come up with dozens of content topics under each of these pillars. And your goal is to test out, do these actually work? If you notice 5 topics under that pillar are not performing well, then we can replace the pillar entirely. But if it does work, then I can go ahead and duplicate this, and I can be like, okay, for this same pillar, I can come up with 3 to 5 other content styles. I can make this into a story now, a technical post, a giveaway, some sort of massive, well-researched post, or I study someone else's brand and I connect it to this specific topic too. Content pillars create the brand itself and make sure everything is structured and you're improving the strategy on a week-to-week basis. And then there's the competitor research and optimization. By the way, guys, if you want to build your personal brand up into an authority and the most trusted individual in your space on X and LinkedIn, my team has a full done for you offer where we'll handle everything from the content strategy to the content optimization to the content topics, the writing, the visual creation, everything that you will need. Your involvement is a simple 35 to 45 minutes on a weekly basis. Just click the link in the description below and you can book a call directly with me. Let's go into the competitor research and optimization. So data-based analyzation and refining is what this stage is all about. We want to analyze our competitors. We need to identify 5 to 10 personal brands in the niche and analyze what's working for them. Then we want to track the content performance, which is how well did your content piece perform? What types of content are generating the most engagement and conversions? And we want to save those ones, the least performing and the top performing, and keep on building on top of the top performing week to week. This needs to be documented on your content brain. And then there's the engagement patterns. What type of posts are getting the most common shares and saves? And based off this information, every week you could come up with new topics that are improved from the previous week. So for example, here's what it can look like, right? Topic, link to the content vehicle, the goal, views, reposts, etc. This is what we use internally. It's super useful. And then you can create a hypothesis accordingly. Now, how do you implement your own content or client brain? There are 2 different ways to do this. The do-it-yourself method, which is you set up everything on Notion, Miro, Airtable, define your client's identity, audiences, brand guidelines, pillars, and research, and continuously refine it. Or my team can do everything for you, the full done for you end-to-end experience. We will handle everything to build your personal brand up into an authority on X and LinkedIn. Just click the link in the description below and book a call with me. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you guys in the next video.